Dopamine is an incredibly powerful molecule that allows us to move further effort versus it allows us to be effort longer and it allows us to actually eventually enjoy the process of effort and not think about the reward but just outside. I'm enjoying the process right where you just describe the first step. The first step is learning to attack dopamine to the effort process. It really is the key. Operation in order to success is true. Be very careful about how much you focus on the end goal. So if you thought if you having a hard time controlling your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotion, you're feeling struggling, it's feeling like everything hearing down, you do something to shift your philosophy so that you can approach that from challenge from a different stance. If you were to entrust someone to do the worst possible things in the morning, to set the upset to fail, what would they be? Stay in bed, curtain rows, passively scrolling on social media. They are drinking coffee too early in the day. They are getting to the guy and movement. Start of making a cup of coffee while testing, and they not being deliberate or intentional with the things that are doing. They are allowing the money to come and come take and when the wind blows. That's right. I have to say. That's right. And I have to say, even though I describe my routine, I could my morning routine. I could, if I were the true really optimist, I would. What does your morning routine like? What at the moment? Morning routine is, and I have to be careful here because whenever I describe my routine in a little bit of detail with powers, I can read and go to the bathroom. It realize I put my pen on a slate where I put left phone, so I want to be clear. Yes, I take care of my basic fashion, but when I wake up, I make a building for sunlight. Some get doing Sarah in my eyes, Father, I really go to ensure stress saving this forgive me. You have mercy. Is this before this single best thing you do you save your you can do for your sleep, your energy, your mood, your confidence, your metabolism is a get you natural light in your eyes in the early day. Nowhere stress to do it takes about 3 minutes or so. Um, if you live in a cloudy area, if you're on the UK, you're winter, yes, or the summer, maybe you stress to some officials like as a replacement. But as much as you can get bright, natural, and if not natural, I feel light in your eyes early and they would tell sunglasses contact as eyeglasses are fine. Don't try to do it through a window or window. It's going to take for too long. This is the motive a huge number of different nephrology and how much gases are going for good for you to reduce stress late at night. Offer condition a million different things that is good for you. So I guess so, and then so I come back inside and then I do not drink caffeine right away. It important in many ways to delay caffeine enough so that you can clear out some of the chemical signal in the brain and the body that lead to a less bit feeling of facial. So the longer wake crave, the more mycological and then build up in the system. And when you sleep, you burst out the endorphins leave it down, and when you look at them this morning that and those level can be zero but often time they still hanging around. Caffeine is an adonis at strongest it block and those function is a little more complicated than but that effectively what it does. So if you wake up and you get 20% of yeah and this has still been clear but there's some roundness that wake up with then you go out and watch ring caffeine and you cause that your ability of unless you have that effect but it hasn't gone away so that when your coffee were commit morning that's is there and you feel like the mid morning crash on an afternoon crash. So I delay my caffeine intake for about 3 minutes. I delay 120 minutes after I wake up because in that way you bring and level down very low zero and you don't get this rebound crash in the afternoon. For years, I would get this porn lunch class, and I lose time. Maybe I'm just eating too much for lunch, but I worry why maybe I'm eating the work wrong food system about it's already to my time of caffeine and use the system how to wake up naturally. So that you get the natural cortisol and really give the time, and people hate this one because it's a little painful for the caffeine. But I'm ready to have caffeine in it, and I'm appreciated, and I will tell you it also made the share of coffee too much greater. So I'm waiting for that. So several oh my first text so much better and that relates to the dopamine system what I know going to talk about later. Just how trigger you are first when it comes to dopamine. Chris question. We often hear that the social media getting dopamine after dopamine hit. When you first start get on social media, after a while, for the first time after a long period of the amount people as amount of dopamine is released, we think so is so it's substantial. It's novel. Remember, this movie is about nobody surprising that we are on some exciting track. That's what dopamine is really about. It's about us to stay up within attention, working, seeking always more for things outside the confines of our skins. One of the key takeaways from that book, Dopamine Nation, that have been incorporated in my own life with certain activities like the water that quick, long-lasting asset of dopamine. Those can be very useful for boosting essential long-standing motivational state. They are not big. They are not big at thoughts. They are bent at the cold water flow by its long out of dopamine when the fullest kind of antidepressant, positive motivator, natural stimulants are always safe. You don't have to set your as bad cold water with it. You have a so that it doesn't get cold enough given right and we will study so in this dopamine increase how people get into sensitive water which is not that cold for 25 minutes to an hour so water is built to my go but you go just right cap cool and bad get into under the net so I could read that sometimes some conspiracy to the people they are not even everyone has an eye but and I have to say when I thought describe my routine I couldn't my morning's routine accurately if I was to really optimist I have done this from time to time. I would get up, I would hydrate, I would immediately exercise. I would use that early, beginner's cortisol response that come with working into the body instruction, self-control, winkle style. Right, one was for 30 hours hit about, but I say that if yeah, basically I say something really want you to take on fitness routine. They have running out, or they want to lose weight in a healthy way this kind of things. So we have heard the simple way you to put your shoe by the door on Monday. When they shoe you better not they tree you go out the door. Therefore you walk around the block and then and then actually like the running marathon. Okay. Right, but but you step and that behavior of even to make the behavior blissful and go give you energy. The case it should subjectively reward the step, so it must going to be let's say I go out and I run a mile and my goal is to run 10 miles in a few week. The case that you in the stand or my the heart that you want to tell yourself this is the good. Hey, park. This is the park that give me energy, and I will be very subside if people don't actually feel they are could continue further. So it's a journey of single thousand single a time must start with the single matter of single step, but the key is reward the fast step, not the easier one and not the one and when you're getting they want you don't reward yourself for putting the and taking a step outside you could a huge barrier for it. It's worth very hard. It's a worth very hard for you running the world, the 10 miles, and it was worse and but a little bit for the tour war and you were that's worth it. This is the hard part because when the adrenaline nothing are getting maxed out and that's when you have an opportunity to bring dopamine in and take down the Nero's power to slam down, pack down the elements that really a potential plasticity is not deep rest phrase and is addressed with the release of the most neuromodular serotonin reward molecule. Just like dopamine except that is released in the brain in response to the subjective experience that we have enough resolve. So when we eat a big meal, or we enjoy even better when we enjoy a meal with friends or family, and it should feel like almost incredible thing. Evening, you are reset. It's that feeling of being reset. And that's the anti-reset effect when you hold if you hold your child or partner that you love or your dog. There's a feeling of having enough, and so is dopamine is really the smoker that makes us look at things outside the border of your skin to like to be in the pursuit of things. It really is in the pursuit motivation. Serotonin is really about feeling like what we have in our immediate environment. And it's so powerful because it's a land that up that secure me that serotonin box is check out back correctly. We cannot learn back into the problem in our pursuit process to for long very long. So we need serotonin absolutely to feel more what complex whole self. You need to balance serotonin and dopamine, maybe across the day, maybe across the week. I think in research rates our relation really not kind of this press part of, for me I think often make a sense because they need to be sustainable.